What's up, gamers? It's FitzBro playing the Byzantines today against Joan of Arc. I'm going to be showing you how you can beat her in just about under 15 minutes flat. I have pretty much a flawless win rate against Joan of Arc on the ladder, and I know she is giving a lot of players issues as she's quite strong. So I'm going to show you how you can do that, and I hope this helps you out. If it does, leave me a comment below and consider subscribing to the channel. I've got other build order guides that you can follow along with, as well as written guides in my Discord, a link down below in the description. Okay, let's get into this. So first thing we're going to do here at the very beginning of the match is I'm going to take 2 villagers to stone, 2 villagers to gold, and I'm going to build my cistern. Now this is a very nice placement because everything's right next to each other. It doesn't always work out exactly like this. And I will tell you, I have been experimenting with a lot of different Byzantine opens. This one we're going to just focus, it's the 2-2-2 opening that I like to call it. 2 on stone, 2 on gold, all new villagers going to go to sheep. Okay, and you can see my count right down here below, so you can see exactly what's going on. And then you're going out and getting sheep. Pretty much an easy Dark Age. Now, my goal is to get 3 cisterns down for when I hit the next age. And what I'm going to be doing is spamming out horsemen with the hippodrome. And then we're going to try to catch Joan out of position, add in some spearmen, eventually get in our Keshik with our mercenary house. And usually you'll get an opportunity to do so, or you can hit some nice raids. Okay, so got our 2 on gold, 2 on stone, and now that I have 2 on gold, I just want to get enough to be able to upgrade my spearmen, and I also like to get enough gold so that I can upgrade the exploratores. That's for the horsemen that get gold from killing villagers. So I actually, sometimes I even leave 1 villager just on gold throughout. I can't remember exactly what I did here, but once you have over 200 and you see you hit that stone to be able to drop that second cistern, you can go ahead and pull 1 of the vills off of gold and build a cistern. So you see I'm just getting enough gold so that I've got enough for my spearman upgrade and my exploratories for after I've aged up. New vills all still just go into food. And we're going to be now dropping my second cistern. There we go. I want to keep grabbing stone with these 2, so I'm not going to use a stone vill to do this. And often I'll even grab 1 of the food vills to start working on it from this end, just so we can get this done just a little more quickly. Of course, you get that next tier of bonus. Okay, so here we go. Hippodrome, going to be aging up just about after 3 minutes. And I have 4 villagers building that. I built it very close. You want to make sure it's within the aura of your cistern so that it trains very quickly. Okay, so we got the hippodrome going up, and I will now rally some new vills to wood. What you want to do is start with the straggler trees. You want to make sure you have enough wood to queue horsemen immediately when you hit the next age. It's going to be 100 food and 20 wood. And you're also, of course, going to need to add a house, as you see. So you want to make sure you only need like 5 villagers on food here. And then I actually pulled my villager off gold, said I got enough on gold for my upgrades, and I go over to stone so I could just very quickly get to this 3rd cistern. And look at this. This 3rd cistern is going to complete exactly on time for when I hit the next stage. So just to recap for you, we started off 2 on gold, 2 on stone, 1 villager built a cistern, and then from there all villagers went to food until we basically hit the next age. After I had about 100 extra gold in addition to my age up, so 300 total. You don't even have to get all this. It's kind of an optional choice, but you do want to have enough at least to upgrade your spearmen. You want to build your second cistern nearby, and then you're going to move your gold vills over to the stone. Had very nice placement here, and get your 3rd cistern. Okay, and then now you just want to focus on your macro to queue your horsemen out immediately. Now, I've scouted the enemy base, and typically what I look for is where's their gold. I'll just shift click around out of line of sight my first horseman just to go poke their gold. I don't expect to get a kill with the first one. I might get them to run away. I might get their knight to turn around and chase my horseman, which is what I really ideally do enjoy. And then you just want to keep that horseman alive. Okay, oh yeah, I almost get that scout. That's pretty funny. Okay, so I now get my lumber, I got my house, got my lumber camp, and look at this. We're gonna have just enough food, just enough wood here when we hit the next age so that we can get our first horseman in queue. So I'll speed that up just a little bit for you. And I'll show you my macro here when you hit the next age. So there I got my first horseman in queue. Here's that exploratories I told you about. Cost 50 gold and 30 wood. And the reason why I said you need to get extra for the spearmen is because I'm going to eventually add in a barracks. Okay, And right now I've got 9 on food, 11 on wood. You want a lot on wood early on to get those additional infrastructure, and then you can put a little bit more on the food because the spearmen and horsemen don't cost a lot of wood to produce. Okay, and you see I have a shift clicked across the map. They're gonna go straight to the gold, okay? So we're running out there. I was able to get my barracks down right away. Now, you could do a variation where if you opened on berries, you could and make mercenaries. I don't like that as much because the mercenaries take a long time to come in, and face it, there's a knight probably about to come in and try to raid me soon. So for that reason, I get a barracks down very quickly, and I try to just have a defensive spear. So my horsemen can focus on raiding, my spearmen can focus on defending. They're not going to get any, they're likely not going to have spearmen right away. I see his knights on the, right there in the middle of the map. Okay, and I now will move some villagers out to the berries. You got to be careful how you make this transition so it doesn't slow down your production. You can actually see here, I could have more gradually built this. Maybe I had one villager build the mill, so I still had enough food to produce horsemen and my Lamantinae continuously. Okay, so you could improve some of the little bit of macro here, but you get the gist of what's going on. Okay, so we found Joan, and in this case, I already saw she was low HP from the boar. And typically, you would not want to attack Joan because she was going to kill you. She's going to get XP. She's going to heal. She's going to do her sweeping attack, right? But in this case, she's low on HP, and I decide to pop the Triumph. Now, I have all of my stables hotkeyed to F3, so I can globally select my stable from across the field and use this. And it's going to give your cav additional damage, additional movement speed, and health generation, so I'm not going to lose a single unit. So look at this. She makes a mistake. She's exposed out in the field, and you can typically basically rally your horsemen straight towards the boar because you just know she's going to go for it to get that experience. So look at that. I killed Joan right away. 6 minutes, 30 seconds. That's amazing. And look how much HP my horsemen still have. Didn't lose a single one of them. And now behind this, I just train additional horsemen. I see I've over-macroed on wood. I'm going to set down a mercenary, and from there, build some of my extra infrastructure. But I'm feeling really good at this point. You can see now I've had one villager on stone this whole time. I'm adding in a 4th cistern. And so I am training really, really quickly these horsemen, and now it's time to go for some raiding. I've got my Lamantinae here to defend. If I had more on food than wood, we could have had more of these. This was less than ideal. I was really focused on my raid and going out to kill Joan of Arc. Okay, so there they are. You can see they had to come all the way across the field. They had to fight my horsemen in the middle. Didn't work out for them. I go up for the Eastern Mercenary contract. So this is going to give you access to the Keshik. Now, Joan doesn't get experience and she's not alive here. See, I lost a few spearmen. Not ideal, but she's not getting experience from it. My horsemen are faster. Now they're low HP. My goal is just to finish these things off. They're not going to be able to run away fast enough. And then she was busy trying to micro Joan, so probably, messed up a few things back at home. Didn't, sometimes they'll add archers or spearmen early, but it's not a huge issue. If there's archers and you take a fight, you can throw up the shield wall with the Lamantinae. You can kind of dive in and announce there with them. And now my goal is kind of to start pushing them back. I've got pressure off my base, so I can come down to these berries. Look at that, right on cue. I can come down to the berries. I realize I've got too much wood, so I'm going to do that. I can drop down to some additional infrastructure. And look at this, I'm just microing these horsemen, again using the Triumph. I don't think that's like the first horseman I've lost the whole game, was right there. And look how low. Trading horsemen for knight is great. These things are so expensive. Down goes another knight. And if Joan can't reach her critical mass of knights, you're going to be fine. You can just keep spamming horsemen fast as you can be able to train knights. You're going to have Lamantinae, which are going to trade very, very effectively versus them. And then you're going to have Keshik. If they have archers, Keshik are going to destroy them. They also are very tanky. They can take a few hits from knights and stay alive. And you can see, look, I'm doing great. I'm adding in different barracks. You can add an archery range. You can add in a blacksmith. Maybe you want to go for some techs. The world is your oyster, what you want to do at this point. Joan, she's on the ropes. And there she is again. She's stupid enough to come out and attack me. Typically, a lot of these Joan of Arc players queuing up on the ladder, they don't have, there's a few screws loose. So you're likely going to see her coming out mid-map to die once more. I see this and realize, like, hold on a second. I'm just going to take this fight. So she starts retreating, and then I am going to turn back around here once I get a few units out. I've got my Keshik in queue now, and Keshik only cost 400 olive oil, by the way. And there she is. Look at this. Leaves Joan for me to kill once again. I take a few extra damage, but whatever. Like, that's basically it. My spearmen got to kill all of these knights. Joan of Arc, she's going to be going down once more. And look at that. Chase her all the way back. Down she goes. Couldn't think of a more beautiful sound than that. When Joan goes away. And now I've got 2 barracks. I can spam spearmen out. I got another batch of Keshik. Or have I trained any yet? I think it's my first. Yeah, I have a second batch of Keshik already because I've got villagers on berries down here, on these berries. I can go down to the next group of berries. I can go to the deer. And look, I'm adding a level 5 cistern. This is all off of one villager just chopping that stone over time and getting his buildings. And now you just want to start targeting their resources. It's like, okay, berries, deer. It's probably coming out of this. Probably sheep are out. Yep, look at that. Completely out of sheep. Has to move out. So why waste units diving on a TC earlier? Just wait for them to come out to the resources. If they go to the farms, you're just going to outmass them. You make tons of them out today. Even if they make mass archers, you can run in here with this shield wall on, and if you got plenty of horsemen and stuff running around, they're going to tank all the arrow fire. In fact, your horsemen are going to be alive longer because they're going to be shooting at the matinee. And you're going to be in pretty good shape. And look at this. He is really struggling for food right now. Blocked back to here. We've got just a huge massive unit. Let's look in the caster mode at this point. So you can see, look at that, 29 versus 8. Like, it's very unlikely to come back from this. I decide to dive under here. I turn on my shield wall so I don't take as much damage from the town center. And my goal is just, let's kill some villagers. Let's kill Joan again. Let's idle these vills. He is just, look, no food. He can't even do anything about this. We're killing this whole army. We can just keep queuing spearmen in. So that is pretty much it. Now, I've definitely had tougher games than this one, but generally the opening is the same. Again, 2-2-2. You can remember that. 2 on stone, 2 on gold, 2 on food, rallied sheep. And then once you have enough gold for your age up, 200 gold, plus enough for your exploratories, optional at the stable, and your matinee upgrade, right? Then you could start putting down your second cistern, move them to the stone, trying to make it so you have 3 cisterns when you hit the second age. Rally those first horsemen, look for Joan near a boar, look for a villager maybe you can poke, and then from there, get your spearmen out and look for an opportunity to go for that surround because she is going to get greedy. She's going to be out trying to get that experience. I hope this anti-Joan of Arc build order works for you for the Byzantines. Please let me know, and if you have any suggestions to improve upon the order, feel free to leave it down in the comments. I do have some other build orders I'm going to work on. I'll make some written guides maybe for my other ones that were in regards to a 2TC opening for the Byzantines. It's a very good eco option. The Mista actually was teaching me live on my Twitch channel, and I think you guys are going to really like it. Thank you so much for watching this video for some Byzantine strategy, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care.